Okay, you guys, this is season 1, episode 6 of the Positive Vibe Enthusiast. And tonight we have a very special panel. We have a special guest named Courtney coming to you live from, where are you, Courtney?
What's up, everybody from Hammond, Indiana? What's going on? What's going on?
Indiana strong out here.
Great to have you with us tonight. And also we have coming from North Carolina, fresh off her move, Allison. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing great, fantastic. Loving this new place that we just moved into. So
Good.
Very excited. Very.
That's nice. Can't wait till I grow up and move. And coming to you straight from H-Town, we have our girl, Shavon. How are you, girl?
Doing fantastic as always. Always good to hear all these beautiful voices.
Yay! And I hear that you're going to kick off the show tonight with your situational question. Is that right?
Yes. So this was a fun topic that was brought to my attention today earlier. And it has to do with co-parenting situations, or more rather dealing with the significant other of your child's parent. So in this particular situation, the girlfriend asks the daughter's father if she can reach out to the daughter's mother to ask about doing something with this girl's hair. And she sends a text. Yeah, I know.
I was like, I don't even like where this is going already. But
let me get into it. So just to give you all the details first. So she texts the child's mother saying that, hey, we have the daughter this weekend, and I noticed that the braids you had in her hair, 2 of them have already come down. And I asked him, and he said it was okay. But I know how mothers are about their daughters and their hair, so I wanted to ask you first. And the mother replies and says, no, she has a very sensitive scalp, so I don't want other people messing with her hair. I'll take care of it when you bring her back to me. Just leave it alone. So the girlfriend responds and kind of tells her, well, you know, baby daddy already told me that I could. I just thought I'd ask you out of courtesy, so I'm just going to do what he says. In which case, the mom, that then escalates, and she is now furious and says, you know, I just told you not to, and you think you're going to do it anyway. Now I'm pissed. I'm going to come over there and get my daughter. Well, the girlfriend then insists on insulting her, saying, you know, if you were so concerned with her hair, you should have made sure it was done better before you dropped her off here. So then this wouldn't even be a conversation. And then the mother threatens the girlfriend, saying she's coming over there to get her daughter and to kick her ass. And the girlfriend is now just kind of egging her on and saying, you know, actually, this is our weekend with her, and she's not here because we're out traveling, but you know, you can see her on Monday, and don't do anything to get yourself in trouble with the police or that cost you your freedom. And consider yourself blocked. So, the question that had come up from the person who posed this to me was, who is wrong in this scenario? So I wanted to open it up to everyone here first. Is there someone in particular who is singled out as being wrong? But then from there, I actually have a couple more questions that support that about relationships with dating people who have kids, or being a person who has children and dealing with their significant others. So I'll let you all answer first. Like, is there somebody who is specifically wrong in this situation, or is everyone wrong in this situation?
I'll let someone answer first because I have to think about this one.
Well, from what I hear, it sounds like the dad already gave the girlfriend the okay, and then she kind of second guessed her. So and then reached out, where I feel like he should have reached out. It probably would have been a different approach if he would have if they could have co-parented there. It was no co-parenting at the beginning, because he should have reached out like, hey, we about to do this, can she just do her hair real quick?
Yeah,
I think it would have been a whole different story if he was to have some balls and just be like, let me call her real quick, real direct. Sometimes it's all about the initial approach.
I agree.
If the initial approach is off, first of all, you know your baby mom, you know how she's gonna react. So how about how to approach the situation in the beginning? And this could have.
But did she approach it wrong? I don't really think she approached it wrong.
She approached it. She shouldn't even have asked. He should have never put the girlfriend in that position to even ask the mother, because that ain't her kid. So the two parents who it is, his and hers, he should have been like, hey, let blah 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 do her hair real quick, and she could have been like,
her response would have been the same, to be honest.
Well, if that would have been the same, then let it go.
Well, I gotta agree with Courtney in that the girlfriend should have never been involved in the first place.
No, she shouldn't have.
Not at all.
When I first got when this story was told to me, the first thing I thought is, why are you reaching out to her for any reason? First of all, the first thing I wanted to clarify is this his wife or is she a girlfriend? She's a girlfriend. And I don't care who you are, in what world you live in, how long you've been dating. If you are not this person's wife or husband, you don't have the authority to address me about my child. You are not an actual co-parent. You might be somebody in the breeze who's just, I don't care that you're handling, I don't have kids. So just to be clear, but this is me if I were in this situation. I don't care if you were handling my child's father's dick. That's your business. That's between you and him. However, the relationship between he and I, where our children are concerned, that is a conversation for us. And particularly with something like, hey, he already told me I could do her hair, but I wanted to check with you. That was a neg. Like, she was looking to agitate this woman for nothing more than, hey, I'm in his life, and this was just being petty. And I will say, I thoroughly believe it is because she's jealous of the baby mother, because she has a tie to this man that you do not. Like, she may not be married to him, but you want to be, or trying to be, but you're not. And here's this woman who is forever going to be in his life, forever connected to him because they share a child together. So you're looking to cause a conflict where there did not need to be any, especially when he already told you, yeah, go ahead and do her hair, because it could have been avoided if you just said, all right, well, he told me I'm going to do her hair, so I'll let him deal with the mom when he takes her back and she sees her hair has been taken down or whatever is done to it.
Yeah, we could have did that too. We could have went that route too.
This wasn't necessary. This was unnecessary on so many levels, and it honestly made me mad just hearing about it.
I got a question though. So I agree with you and Courtney, but what about the mothers that do send their kids looking crazy to the father's house, and they want to go out and go somewhere and do something, and you don't want this little girl looking crazy while y'all out and about at the museum or the zoo or whatever? I mean, what are you supposed to do then?
I do her hair. I would.
That's what she said. Yeah, I think the situation where she said was either that you can just do her hair and you can take care of her now, and then he can handle it when he drops her off.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't catch that. Okay, yeah. I got you.
Yeah, this was a situation where the girlfriend, I feel, she was just trying to do grown woman things, but using little girl tactics. Like, you needed to stay in your lane. Like, she was doing the most, but from that, I had the question about when it comes to relationships, and I thought about this a lot because, I'm dating, and one of the things that I come across is more people who, if you're looking at somebody who's in their 30s, they've got kids already. And
who is washing dishes now?
Date them. So
I'm sorry. I heard water in the microwave. Like, who's in the kitchen?
Who is doing that?
Oh, I thought I heard somebody in the kitchen.
Like,
it's not me. It's not me.
You have to put your top ramen on hold over there.
Right. You know, whole conversation.
Okay. All right, y'all.
What the heck?
Okay, I'm just
keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
You go ahead and put your rice cooker on. Go ahead and do it. Get it out the way now. No. But just where if you do have a relationship with somebody who has kids, at what point do you feel that it is acceptable for the parents and the new significant other, not necessarily a husband or a wife, but as a girlfriend, what point do you think it's time for them to interact with the other parent? So you as the mother have a new boyfriend and he wants to have some type of communication with the father. If that's something that you're allowing, at what point do you feel that should be happening?
I think if you guys live together, I think if you guys are sharing the same home, then that's when you definitely need to have a relationship, because it's going to be a situation where maybe he's out of the home and I'm home with the kid, or vice versa. Maybe if I had a kid and I'm out of the house and he's along with my kid, like I will. And then what if it's an emergency, you know, or you can't get a hold of me for some reason? I will want you to feel comfortable enough to call my son's father, or I will want to feel comfortable enough to call the mother of your child, you know, because we have to be an adult here. I don't know.
Wait, Courtney, was it you that I heard you have children?
Yeah, I have a 16-year-old, but so it's a little bit different. I mean, she know I date. I mean, I feel like they should really know a playing field, but like she has an absentee father, so it's different for me. Okay. But I mean, she kind of, I don't know, like, I guess Tashi right, because like they really haven't like interacted with her like that way, like family type of way. I guess that'll probably happen like if I do move in with somebody, then I know it's like serious. And then if I was dating someone who had a kid, I would look at it as when like it's a serious commitment until we going somewhere. But I also, for me, I'm not like that. For me, I would want to meet the other baby mom so we can have like an even playing field. Like when I was dating this one guy earlier this year, he had a daughter, and I was like, "Does she got a mama?" Like, let's be clear. I am not a problem. I will be a blessing to your child. Yeah. Like I am not that girl. Not at all.
More women need to be like that.
Well, that was what I was thinking too, is like once you reach a certain point in your relationship, because if you know you're serious about this person and you know that, you know, that, I don't care who you are or what you think, kids are a package deal. If you're dating somebody who has a child or children, they come together. There is no, oh, I'm just going to take the dad and not you, or I'm going to take the mom but not these babies that she had before me. They are a package.
You got a lot of people like that, though.
You do. I know, yeah. And we can't be pulling that flowers in the attic stuff. Like there is no, oh, you got to do something about them kids if you want me. So, I think it's more important for us to be having those conversations. But in making the transition, one of the things I always worry about is what happens to the kids in that. Like you want to make it smooth for them, because if their life is uneasy, if they start becoming uncomfortable, you want to, it's just going to ruin everything for everybody. Because the thing that I was thinking about in the story that I started this all with is that you probably now are going to have a situation where that daughter's not about to get to see her father as much as she used to, because now it's about to escalate into, well, I don't want you over there because your daddy's still with that bitch, and as long as that exists, I don't want you over there. So you created a situation now where who's missing out? This little girl. She's not getting the same time she was getting with her father. There's now turmoil between the two of them, or wherever she has an opportunity, or she would have had an opportunity to be with her, that's now being eliminated. Or Now it's turning into a court situation where, yeah, you're about to definitely get less time with your daughter. So it's one of those things that I feel like if it's me, if I feel like, hey, you know what, we're exclusive at this point in my life, because if I get to an exclusive point with somebody, I know we're already talking about marriage. If you have a child and we're exclusive, I need to meet this other parent. Just so that we're clear about, you know, hey, I'm not his wife. I'm not trying to be, but I just want us to have an understanding with each other. It's important for us to respect each other. You don't have to like each other, but we do need to be respectful towards each other.
And who's to say that girlfriend that that was probably her whole, that's probably exactly what she wanted. She wanted to start some ish, in my opinion, because once the mother said, you know, I would prefer you don't touch her hair because of the sensitive scalp situation, she should have left it as that. Mm-hmm. You know, you are, after the comeback shows what type of person she is.
Right. And I felt like that was an opportunity if she did mean it to become successful in co-parenting, or if she was trying to show, hey, to baby daddy, look at me. I'm a great girlfriend, but watch me pull this slick wife to be move. I'm about to reach out to her and say, hey, he told me I could do something with her hair, but I wanted to check with you because I know how moms are about their daughters. And when the mom said, no, leave it alone, if she just said, okay, cool, I'll let him know because I told him that you probably wouldn't want that. And if she let it go, that would have been the beginning of, wow, you know what, this chick's all right. Wow, you know, this could have been something.
Yeah, that could have been.
She responded differently.
Yeah. That could have been a part of building a relationship.
Communication was off. Yeah.
And if she was trying to demonize the mother of the daughter, she could have played the victim role. Like, see, you know, little Sally comes over here all the time with her hair messed up, and I want to do her hair so bad. I just want to do her hair.
You are the devil.
I'm just saying that's the way. Hey, I'm not suggesting it, but that could have been the she could have flipped that coin the other way.
Yes. The old I just wanted to help trick. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully no men are listening. Won't be falling for the okie doke no more.
Should have gave away the trick.
They need to say right. They need to take notes.
Oh man, yeah, that's I mean, I guess my next question is, like, how do you guys feel dating men with kids? Like, is that something you dodge or?
Oh, I used to dodge it all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't.
What made you change your mind on it?
Well, when I started doing it, it depended on the age of the child. If the child was a certain age, now typically if the child was 13 or 14 and up, then I would date them. But when they had 5, 6, 7-year-olds, no, ma'am.
Why not 5, 6, 7-year-old?
Because I just kind of always felt like when the kids are younger, it's like for whatever reason, in my experience, I've always had issues with the young lady, issues with the other parent, and it was always when they were 5 or 6, for whatever, like the mother will always still have some type of attachment to the guy. And I don't know why when it gets like when they're in their teenage years, it was always easier for me because by that time the mother had really got it. Like they're not together. They were done. They've moved on. They're really with somebody else. But when they're 3, 4, 5, 6, it's like the woman still thinks there's a chance, and it's just always an issue. So that's the reason why. When, how old is your child?
Yeah, because in the young stages,
exactly.
they still hope to have that family. They, you know, when you in that young stage, it's like, okay, he messing up. Like maybe we can work it out. Like it's always the first. It's first. He's going to school. His first year in school. Blah blah blah. And Jessica, with that age that you're saying, like the 8, 9, and 10, that's when they start being with their peers. So they really not even trying to. They really trying to escape from even be with the parents at all. And then when you get older, like my daughter, like I don't even know, like how we was when we was we ain't even under our parents. Like in this generation, it's like, Ma, cash at me this, cash at me that. Like they ain't trying to be around us. So now really the parents are really, really not even trying to it's all, through their kid's cell phone. Now they real independent. Like if you want to kick your kid, you gotta make an appointment to see your kid.
Ma, you
like
ain't
I'm dead serious. Like
to see me.
So exactly, like this girl. So I think with the younger ones, it's so they need you. You got to have someone picking them up from daycare. You got to have this. You got to figure out who finna do. You set your routines, like who buying the diapers now, or who getting the back to school supplies now, who's doing this. So you have to have that communication with the other parent, and then in hopes y'all like y'all bonding through this journey of parenting. And then shoot, by that middle school age, it's like, hey, did he hit you up? Like he needed, like, you better tell him Robert so he ain't getting that new Xbox. Like what's gonna happen?
I'm glad that y'all are saying that, because that's I was just having this conversation the other day about dating people with kids, and Tashi, to answer your question, going back when you said, are you open to it, or what changed your mind? So when I was in my 20s, it was absolutely not even a factor. You have kids, we have nothing to discuss. When I got to 29, 30, then it was okay, this seems to be the way of life. A lot of people had kids in their teens, or, they got married young, whatever the case was. It's a likelihood that they maybe got one. All right, if you got one, okay, maybe. But now I'm back on track with, I don't want you with kids. And it's exactly for everything that you guys just said about there's so many factors to take into, because I'm recognizing that this is a child, this is a package deal. And not only is that child a package deal, whatever mother they have out there that's still in existence is a package deal. So now I'm open to it if, one, the number of kids you have is 2 or less, and 2, you are a widower. If that
yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you now.
I don't want to deal with her. I'm sorry. And if you are a widower, how did she die? I know that's rude to ask, but I can't be dating Scott Peterson, so I need to know what killed this life for you.
Whatever happened to him? Where is he at these days? Right. He's in jail. Did he ever get out? Gosh, golly.
These are important things. Like, was your wife never found? Was she strangled in the woods mysteriously? Did she die in a car collision? Like, what happened to her? This is important.
Did you have anything to do with her death? Is the bottom line.
Exactly.
Am I next?
Asking all these questions, you might be.
Exactly. Man, listen, I'm not trying to be a Lifetime movie. I don't want it. That's not part of my life story. So
cut your brake line, hit a wall.
Exactly. Like, you just took out another life insurance policy. What? No. We can't have that kind of happening. But yeah, looking at that, and if the mother is alive, definitely the age of the children or the child. If it is a toddler, no, we have nothing to discuss, because you are still too connected to that woman. And a lot of times, you're exactly right. They did try to make it work. And even if they are trying to make it work, sometimes, you know what? I went through a dry spell. I ain't talked to nobody. Let me go and hit my baby mama up. And there's in which case, nah, I don't want nothing. Because I've seen those where, we had a 3-year-old, or we have a 7-year-old, and now we got a 2-year-old. What happened? I thought you said it was over. Well, we tried it again. I see. No. So
no, you're right.
If the kids are too young, that's a no-go. And then also, what's her situation? Does she have a boyfriend right now? Is she married to somebody? Because in which case, like, she's still single and lingering, and they have a kid together, that might be a helicopter problem, because she's still trying to make this family thing work. And I don't want to deal with that either. So there's too many variables to be considering here, that I just rather, if you don't have kids, all right, then front of the line. But the ones with babies, you gonna have to wait. Your application is under review. Sorry.
The application is still under review. I love it. But I got a question, like more so for Courtney. So since you are the only one that has a daughter, I want to know, like, does it matter to you if a gentleman has children or not? Oh no, you just said that you're okay with that though.
Yeah, as long as I'm the type of person,
Okay.
as long I need to meet everybody. Like, if we dating, I ain't really dipping dabbing. But if it's like somewhere where it's getting serious or it's like commitment or, you know, we moving to this step, yeah, I'm gonna need to meet her so we can all be on this same playing field. Like, cause I want her to know, like, girl, I ain't no threat. I ain't trying to be nobody mama. Like, I'm a one kid person. I don't want no more. Like, be
Okay.
honest. Like, let's hold on. Like, I don't want you to assume that I'm somebody that I'm not, and I don't want to assume that you somebody you not. And I know men communication sucks. So let's all just sit down and let's have a conversation.
Yeah. And you know what? I just
They're
realized
horrible.
too, because you know, I listen to a lot of couples. Like I hear like a gentleman's point of view, and then the girlfriend, and vice versa. And what I realize is that I don't think that men can't communicate. I think that we don't listen to them, and they don't listen to us either. I think it's a whole lot of not listening.
I think it's just a difference in communication styles.
That too.
You know, I think for a lot of women, because I've run into this with women as well, is that sometimes we do make the mistake, and I've done it too, but we make the mistake of just assuming that, well, A plus B equals C, so I expected you to do B because you knew that I needed C. So we don't always walk you through what we want or what we need. We just kind of expect you to know and to do something. And whereas men need very deliberate instructions.
That's very true.
Very blunt.
You can't beat around the bush.
Straight up to the point.
No. All you do is make yourself mad.
Right.
Yes.
But what happens when you blunt? But what happens when you're blunt and it's still what's that?
Well,
just careless. I don't know.
Yeah, like it's time to move around with that one. Because if you like literally like to the point, they get it. But when you like, because sometimes I know for me, I mean, definitely I am as single as a Lay's potato chip, but
really,
I think
Lay's potato chip.
A plain Lay's potato chip right now, y'all. Not even, that's what I am right now. But anyway,
well, let y'all know y'all on point with these jokes tonight.
But I got a lot of male friends, and I have a good relationship with my male friends, you know. And I think, and I've always been like a girl that can be one of the guys. And I think my problem is, you know how, you know, men say, like, I think I get friend zoned because I'm too cool. Because what I noticed is that maybe I think men like bitchy women, because a lot of people that I know that's married, the wives aren't the nicest to them. Kind of mean.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I don't have that.
Or
in
very
me,
controlling.
I really don't want to have to turn into the Hulk, you know, or like just be in a bad mood and bitchy and frown in my face, or you know. But I think men kind of like that. Maybe it reminds them of their mother. I don't know.
I was just about to say that. I was like, that's how their moms treated them. Like, you're into that, but I've noticed, and I try not to be, but I won't say mean per se, but the more you treat a man, or in my experience, the men that I've dated, the more you treat them like they're disposable, the more they tend to cling.
Yep.
And I think that when you have that, just kind of, I don't know that it's necessarily that, maybe it's not necessarily that they're attracted to you being mean to them or being a bitch. Maybe it's just that you don't make them the priority, that because that chase needs to continue. And so for them, it's just kind of the, oh, well, damn, if she's not putting all her attention into me, or, you know, being super nice and giving me everything, then what else is out there? What else is she doing? So I think it's maybe just that's how they equate the chase, as being treated super nice means they've conquered you. Being treated like shit means they still have work to do.
Well, I guess
that sounds awful.
Yeah, I need to go to this mean camp. So is it Sips and Splits then mean camp next?
Yes. That just sounds like that's a lot of work.
So in mean camp, we give out flowers and we have to practice slapping them to the ground. I said purple.
No, you accept the flowers and say, "Oh, thank you." They didn't have tulips, or you know.
I hate Papados. You know I like steak 48.
Yeah, no, you have to be gracious, but it's steak 48. This is so nice. You know, I really love seafood though. You know who has great seafood? And you know, I've been there before. I can't remember when, and I had this. It was so good. So it's not really the man. This is shit. You know what I really wanted instead? Like, no, you can't be that.
I don't know that.
It's more subtle, and that's the thing is too. Is like it has to be you, because we all have our own level of mean. We all have our own level of, you know what, I'm just not going for this, or you know, this isn't what I wanted. We all have our way of expressing it. Because like everything feels like work when it's not what you're used to doing. Everything feels like work when it doesn't come naturally to you. And again, I'm not trying to encourage anybody to be mean. I'm just saying this is something that I know works, but or it's worked for me.
So you had one job.
All these bitches is mean. Oh, that's funny.
You about to have a round of listeners protesting, like, get that Shavon out of here.
The positive vibe enthusiast isn't positive anymore.
She hates men. She hates men.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so funny. That is funny.
Well, you know, I also heard a little rumor though before we started this show tonight that Allison had a situational question as well.
Oh,
I did, and it's once again, it's not my situation, guys. Just want to put that disclaimer out there. But
those are always my favorite.
You said what? What you say?
Those are always my favorite. The ones that are not my own.
No, this is not my situation at all because he's still downstairs. But anyway. I'm just saying. Yeah, because I'm in this situation, I might get fitted for an orange jumpsuit with the cute little numbers on the back, you know, whatever. But
oh yes, the state of government collection, the couture collection. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's you know, I'm a medium top, large bottom. You know, oh my god. I'm just saying.
State of corrections, fall winter collection coming soon.
Right. What is that? Spring orange?
You're right.
Chain gangs chic.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god.
From Death Row to Runway, here they come.
Now, okay, so the question is, say you've been in a relationship with about 3 years with this person.
Okay.
But you find out that they have gotten engaged to someone else, or you find out through social media.
Wait, while they're still supposed to be with you?
Say what? I didn't. What?
While they're still supposedly with you?
While they're still supposedly together, boyfriend and girlfriend of 3 years, you find out that they got engaged to somebody else, and you find out through social media. They say it ain't official unless it's on the gram, y'all. So you tell me.
Have I ever been on the gram in these 3 years with my bag? I question.
Yeah, y'all been on vacations and all that type of stuff. Y'all, you know, y'all took pictures together. You know, y'all been out of town together.
It was red.
Yeah, that's on some other.
I don't know. I mean, what in the name of double lives is this? Okay, Courtney, go ahead. You get into it because I got some comments. Go ahead.
It had to have been red flags.
I don't know. You
has
got
to be
people
red
out there that
flags.
have secular lives. Like, you know, you got guys
Well,
out
you
there who
know
have a
what?
whole other family. You
How,
know.
well,
Yes, because I am a
other
person
people
who
covering for him. Because this is the thing. So you've been in a relationship with this person for 3 years, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on vacations. You've been on social media together, which means his family knows about you, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
His friends and family have met you. So
Mm-hmm.
they're all in on the shit too.
yeah, like
So
that's
covering and lying and laughing
Yeah.
to your face and inviting you
Yeah.
to friends and family gatherings and having you over for
Yeah.
holidays. Meanwhile, when he
Yeah.
comes in the back door with girl number 2, they're going for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is just a scandalous family. Like, wait, hold on.
well, hey, just can we do? I just have to
Yeah,
defend the family for a
basically-
second because
No.
I'm gonna tell you why. Like, I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on. Wait, okay, all right. I gotta hear it. Where you going?
I mean, coming from a family that had a Mac in it, and it was hard to deal with these girlfriends and some stuck around. And we were nice to everybody, and what we try to do is not get the names mixed up. So just to defend it, we're not the ones dating these people, okay? We're just there to be nice. Just to defend the family.
Oh wow.
I mean, I will say that, but also look, I've also been the person who's been lied to. Everybody know my story about how me and Mr. Big Draws ended everything. I was told on the side of the road job.
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
Yes,
oh,
now I was in a serious situation with that one, but that's how it all ended. It came crashing down. He finally admitted that, yeah, bitch, I got all these kids. What you gonna do about it? You know?
Wow.
And it was like, geez Louise, like, it was red flags. And I guess when you confront the guy about it, and they're still like, well, no, you get, like, men have this good way of like getting in your head where like, well, maybe
it's not as bad.
Yeah, like
it's not even
maybe
that.
picture of that
why would
daughter
you think
did
such a
look
thing
like
about
you.
me? I got questions about you because that's what you think about me. It's like, what?
Yes.
How is this my fault?
Yes, and then you leave apologizing like, I'm sorry that someone showed me the pictures of you and so and the 3 kids at this place. I'm sorry. That's
some narcissistic behavior right there.
Okay, wait. So I got a question about the scenario that you just presented with. Okay, they found out via social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like they haven't talked to anybody in the family or this person.
Well, let me say this: the way he found out, his friends found out first, and his friends showed him.
Oh, this happened to a man,
the engagement.
And there was a woman who was engaged.
The woman got engaged on the boyfriend. Yeah, she got engaged to somebody.
Oh wait, I thought it was the other way around.
Like,
women out here, woo.
Yeah, it was the woman who did it, and the friends. Because I saw the situation on Instagram. That's what I'm saying. I don't know these people. I just saw the footage and everything, and I was like, oh my God, this is a question of the night. So what it was he came over to his boy's house. They was all sitting around.
Yes,
okay.
And one of the friends had the footage of the gentleman proposing to the girl.
Ooh.
And the friend showed the boyfriend, the friend or whatever, his girlfriend getting engaged to someone else. Now, the thing that made me mad, because I said you need some new friends, because all his friends was laughing at him. Like,
oh, that's not funny.
That's messed up.
Well, in my...
That's also how dudes are. That's just kind of how they are. That's how they...
cover up.
Yeah, that's just how they connect and communicate with each other.
Typical reaction.
But I can tell y'all now, if this was me, if one of y'all come to me and say, Shavon, old boy that you done had out with us at the pool having barbecues and shit, and we've been on yachts and in Greece together and stuff, we just saw him get engaged online, and I'll be like, cool. How long ago was that video? Where did you see a location? Is he here in town? Bet. Grab y'all bats, grab y'all bricks, whatever. We about to.
That's why I said I was got finished spring orange jumpsuit. Like, didn't no one hear me?
Yeah.
That was the biggest clue of the night.
I will say this too, and you're right. It does call. I'm a non-violent person, but I did swing on Mr. Big Draws that night. when I heard the news. I was like, what?
You know what? We all got one of those stories, and I used to be one of those people who was like, I just don't understand people who get that angry. And
no, I got out of my body that night.
You're crazy. Let me tell you.
That wasn't me.
Yeah,
oh, no.
I had to swallow all those words because I'm like, I had never been that mad before. That's the thing. I'd never been in a position where I was that mad. Somebody took me there, and I was like, when I tell you, it was like an out of body experience. Like
it is.
I just remember. I swear, I saw everything in black and white. Like nothing was in color. Everything, all the sound of everything was muted. And I remember him yelling at me.
Yep.
The police are up the street, and I was like, I don't care. And
yeah, you don't.
That was it.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
I was not there. It was. I saw me doing the shit. Like I was on the other side of the street. Like, damn, look at this chick going in on this dude. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
So I know now. I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand that shit completely. Like to be in a blind rage, I didn't used to get it. One. So now I'm a lot more empathetic and sympathetic to these situations when I hear about it.
Yeah, you can't keep playing with people like this. Like
exactly.
Like you cannot. Like you can't do that. Like I'm grateful that like I can laugh at this shit now. The shit's funny. Like when I think about what happened to me, it's funny. Like he's startled that I punched him in the face. I'm startled now. Like it was so funny because I mean we've never like all the years together, all the stuff we've never gotten into an argument, and then the one time you get an argument, it's the nastiest type of argument you can have, and it leads to me punching you in the face. We both was like, and it's just so funny because like I'm getting swung around. Like the next day I got bruises on my arm. Like my eyes hurt from crying all night. Like it's just like you look back and you laugh, but that was just that situation. To be honest with you, what if I had a child with this person and it was further along? Maybe somebody would end up bulleting their ass or something. You know, like there's nothing to play with. you know, like.
But that's good though, Tashi, that you can. A good sign. I always tell people a good sign to like.
Yeah, it's funny to me now. Like it's hilarious. Like I think about it, it's hilarious. What I hope that I never get that. But to be honest, now I'm not. And when my friends present me with evidence about some shit, and I know the facts, like they just show me the car facts, you know. I'm not gonna let somebody talk me into buying this lemon no more. Like I've learned. Like don't share it.
Got a lot of miles on it.
Like, you said you had to replace the engine 3 times.
Yeah, trans flipping, all kind of stuff. Like, nah, man. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, I grew up. I get it now. So, okay, I get it. No way. Oof. But yeah, no, I don't know. That was mean. Like, she's. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, because you know, I mean,
my heart
I know
breaks
how
for him.
Angry I get down. My anger level is just it's not healthy. I can tell you that, and I know I would. It's not because the level of anger I get. It's just I don't even let myself get there no more. That's how much I had to like change my mindset. And I know to be with somebody for 3 years and having them around family, friends, whatever, y'all making plans. I mean, what if he was, you know, in his mind getting ready to propose, and then you come and look on Instagram and you see her getting proposed to by somebody. Like, who the hell is this guy? Like, when did he come about? How even?
Well, and you real foul because that means you busting it wide open for both of these people. Like, come on, man.
Whoa. I'm not going to vilify her for her sexing.
Well, you're right, because maybe the boyfriend was with protection, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't know.
You're right.
What was happening there? What I will say is, particularly again, so somebody's gonna get angry about this, but I mean, this is a woman. I don't know that I can afford to put all my eggs in one basket either. I mean, am I really mad about this because she's a woman?
Wow, Shavon. Wow.
This is a double standard slap. I know.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I did just defend the family, so
that's very double.
I'm like, this is a double standard slap where I know I'm gonna get in trouble because when I was like, wait, a dude did this? and they ain't shit. But then I hear like, wait, it was a girl who did it. Wait, go on. Like, tell me more. Like, does she have a book coming out? Like, I'd like to subscribe to her newsletter.
Wow, she's about to get the audio version, y'all.
Right? Like, wait, does she have an Audible available?
She's like, I'm going to listen while I drive across town.
Right. When is her TED Talk? I'm ready to sit in. Like, how much are the tickets? Can I get a pass to her class? Like, is there a master class on YouTube for this woman? But it's only because
Super Sunday. I'm sorry.
Super Sunday. I look at it.
I'm so sorry, y'all. That was not right. I'm so sorry for the guy, but that was funny.
Hey, but you know what though, y'all? This kind of leads into a question that Damo, even though she's not here, she had sent this to me earlier in the week. Okay. And it was like, you know, all these situations we're talking about, do you think this is what causes like trauma in the relationships, and it keeps like you feel like really being able to have a healthy relationship going forward, because now you don't have trust. Like this dude now might be like, oh, these women are trash, like, you know.
Oh, he's definitely saying that. You'll never trust again.
You think so? Like you can't get over it?
I think he'll get over, but in the back of his mind, he's always going to have that, what if she's doing this? What if she's doing that? Because obviously, if there were no red flags in his mind, then more than likely she played the game very well for him not to even have caught it or catched it, you know. So that's traumatizing.
I gotta see,
and you know, and you already know with men, when things happen to them, like
that's very traumatizing.
Like, we bounce back because it's, you know, we're emotional. Like, okay, whatever, all right. We're mad, then we get over it, we move on. But men, it's like it's not the same reaction.
Isn't they grieve in reverse? It's all, oh, whatever, I'll find another one, and then it gets to the, oh shit, this really was it, or I really did fuck up, or she really fucked up, whatever the case is. But we get it all out, like we do the crying early, and then good to go. They do their crying later on. But
I think it does affect a healthy relationship because, you know, people hold on to things. People, you know, they don't let go of their past. So when they do get into the next relationship, sometimes they give you the side eye when it's not even necessary. You haven't even done anything, and they're like, well, you said you would come up at 6:30 and you showed up at 8, so does that mean you was out with Tim? You know, and like, I went to the grocery store. The line was long. I had to get gas. Like, come on, stop it. Cut it.
So you at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, though, Allison?
I didn't say 3 o'clock. I said 6:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
Those are normal hours to be at the grocery store, evening or the morning.
Ain't nothing open past 11 but some legs, so we already know. Like,
hey, there are some great breakfast spots out there at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it is not that good, so.
Chicago has some of the best breakfast places. I don't know. I mean, come on now.
Okay.
I think it's
all right. We're talking about Chicago. I'll let it slide. I'm like, okay, you're right. You could be at a late night diner, and that's 24 hours, and I won't say nothing. Like, for real, would you bring me back? That's all I'm asking. Like,
see what I'm saying? See?
You ain't come with a Reuben? You ain't come with a corned beef omelet? Nothing?
See, that's when I got questions, because now it's not when you on the date the reason why you didn't bring me nothing to eat. You bring me a plate. See, that's where your insecurity kicks in, like this motherfucker cheating. See, that's what it is right there. Like, so you didn't bring me a lemonade with extra ice. You know I like extra
You know,
ice.
I have to agree with that, because it does grind my gears and make me feel like, well, you didn't even think about me at all. Like, because if I'm out somewhere, I'm like, oh, well, maybe he might. Let me text him. Do you want me to bring you back something?
Absolutely.
You're right. You're right.
Wait, now y'all giving away the juice, because now the next dude that is cheating gonna be like, let me make sure I ask if she wants something.
Oh yeah, you're right. We gotta stop dropping.
I mean, either that or they're gonna stop at another place on the way after the date with, you know, Sarah.
Oh, I got a funny story, y'all. This actually, so when I used to bartend at Knockouts, funny story. It was a gentleman that used to always come in. And he would be with the one girlfriend in the beginning of the day, right? And one was the girlfriend, one was the wife. I don't know which was which. I can't remember. But I legit, dude would walk one woman out, go to his car, drive around the block, change his shirt, come right back in and meet his wife, right?
You told me that. I remember you telling me that.
Oh,
yeah,
out here.
Yes. And me having practice of being a supportive family member. One day,
double live.
I don't know
we call it being an enabler, G. Like,
hey man, I'm just trying to get these tips. So I ain't trying to be involved in none of this. But I remember the girlfriend or the wife, can't remember which one, asking me questions like, wasn't he just here? Like, I know he was here. Like, she just tell me. Like, I'm like, you gotta talk to him. Like, I don't know nothing about this. Like, I only see him with you, Remember that? Yeah, exactly. Like, are you kidding me? I ain't trying to blow up his whole life. Like,
I hate.
Why don't you just hang out here? Like if you have a feeling that he's here with somebody, come earlier. Catch him.
Yeah, catch him. Exactly.
That's the thing too. Is like just back to that guy. Like you had to know. There's no. Okay, wait. I take it back. Women always know especially when they start asking. Do you think? I've never been asked by one of my friends. Do I think that their boyfriend or husband or whomever is cheating? That they didn't already know the answer. Don't come and ask somebody else if they know you know this person better than anybody else. Now, men, on the other hand, because for one, women, when we cheat, we tend to be a lot slicker. We don't go in the same corridors. Like we're not doing it as close to home. We're a lot tidier about cleaning up after ourselves. Men are messy. So for this guy, she might have been able to get away with it for a while, but
that's what I'm saying.
I gotta say, some things he was looking the other way on. Some things
he ain't want to see it.
Himself
he was living in denial, y'all. He was living in denial.
Yeah, he definitely knew. Because I don't think there's ever any person who definitely. There's a switch up. At some point, there was something different about the way y'all were having sex, about the conversations you were having, about the laughs you were having, the level of laughter that was coming between y'all, the type of conversations you were having anymore. You knew something was different. So he, at some point, was just like, man, whatever, she'll get over it. Or, maybe she was giving him the silent treatment for a long time. And he was just like, whatever, I'm not going to deal with this. So this is also, and I'm not trying to blame the victim because he is the victim in this situation, as far as I know. But what was he doing in that relationship too that she felt like, you know what, this is where I got to start looking elsewhere? She didn't obviously wait until she was out of that relationship to jump safely to her new lily pad, but there was a point where she was like, fuck that noise, I'm dating this other dude.
And you know what, I'm going to retract my statement. She's not foul for busting it wide open for both, because you know what, you're single until you're married. And or at least you have some type of spiritual union, or we living together, or if none of the three are happening, then do your thing, girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I just kind of thought maybe he probably started showing her less attention, or at some point, because sometimes with guys. Yeah, but sometimes guys, they'll start choosing their boys over their girl, hanging out with the guys all the time and different things like that. And I'm not giving her an excuse for doing what she did, because she could have cut it off and decided that she no longer wanted to be in the relationship and then moved on to the next guy. But she chose to kind of play both fields at the same time until one actually gave her a ring, and it kind of just blew up in his face. Yeah.
He left her a lot to open it, because that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, what was he not doing in there? Because for me to be able to have a successful relationship, I'm supposed to be exclusive to you and be able to have dinner dates and meet and greet with family and to go on trips or whatever else, you left me a lot of space to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. So why likely? Yeah, where were you in this time that you were supposed to be my boyfriend, or you were supposed to be my significant other during this time that I was able to successfully find another one and land another one right under your nose?
Yeah.
Well, I guess what we take away from this week is, make sure you're keeping it right and keeping it tight. Stay a little mean. Don't trust the families because they could be like me, No, but you know what?
Let me tell you something. Now, I saw this on social media too. Now, one guy said No, he said
Just being
that he
nice
was
to everybody.
introducing women to his side mom, which was
Wait.
yes, his side mom. So what it is that he was introducing these women to this woman like that was his mother, but in actuality it was just like a friend of his or whatever. So they never even met the real mom.
Man,
Woo!
deep.
People, that's too much. That's too much energy.
I agree, but hey,
this is a situation where I will say that if whatever it is, just say so. Give people the opportunity to say if they're down with it or not, because a lot of people will go with it. So if you are just in this game because you like dating multiple women or multiple men, say that. Because there are a lot of people who are fine with just dating and playing the game too. But if you are out there leading people to believe that, hey, Tashi, I just want to be with you, or Courtney, I'm just trying to have you as my lady. But
that's the people who are selfish. They do that on purpose.
Now we got a problem.
Yeah, I've never two-timed anybody. That's not my style.
Me neither.
I've never two-timed anybody either. I should have, though.
I should have too, most definitely.
I think we all feel like we should
have. I always think man, I should have cheated on you back to back to back to back. Like, but when the thing is, like, I've dated openly and told men, you are not the only person I am dating. Until we have a conversation that we are exclusive, I will continue to date other people, which means you now have the choice to say, I continue to be in your rotation, or I'm hopping out because I only want to date you exclusively now. And that gives them a choice. And I've never had a dude say to me, well, I'm hopping out the rotation. Well, I take that back. One dude did, because I actually used the analogy that I used was dating is a buffet. And while I'm dating, I want to try a little bit of everything. And when I figure out what entree I like the best, that's the one I'll settle with. And when he decided he didn't want to be in the rotation anymore, he said to me outright, I don't want to be a man waiting in line for the buffet. And I was like, boom.
Oh, dang.
I respect his gangster, though. But he knew all the way from the beginning. I never lied to him about it. I never said, yeah, it's just you and me and this baby. I don't want anybody else. Like, no, you knew what it was. So there were no secrets about it. Now, had I been telling him it's just me and you and I was dating upwards of whomever I wanted to, now he had the right to be upset. Now he had the right to have a problem.
Yeah. It's just so hard dating. When are you going to have your workshop? Because we need to figure out, how do I get moved cross country with my bae?
Yes, I was gonna say workshop.
What about do my workshop? I really don't know how it even happened. I think, for me, when me and him started, I had gotten to the point where I was just kind of stop looking for it, and that's something that I shouldn't have been doing in the first place, because it was like I wanted to be in a relationship so bad and da da da. And when me and him started dating, it was kind of it just went well. We vibed. It was just great. I didn't have any expectations, I guess. And I guess that's when it kind of just worked out for me. It wasn't, I don't think it was anything that I did that was just so fantastic. I don't know. I can't even say for sure.
I hear a lot of people saying, like, if I was dating,
yeah, and that's really what happened.
And then all of a sudden, boom, it just happened.
Yeah, because I had given up at that point. I'm going to get 2 boyfriends, and I'm just going to live my best life. I'm going to start doing these single cruises, and I had started putting all in my mind, like, what I was going to do as a single woman. And then he showed up, and I was like, huh? So 4 years ago, when I really wanted this, but when it showed up, it came at the right time, because, I do feel fortunate and blessed to have a man like him in my life. I really do. Because, honestly, the things you do is, I don't see a lot of men doing it. And I was just like, what? Like, from the first date until now, still opening up the car door, still opening up the door to walk into a restaurant, still pulling out my chair. Like, still, like, it wasn't just the first date. It's still 30 dates later, 2 years later, he still does those same things. So it's like, it's not something he's trying to do to make me want him. Like, that's who he is.
He was legit.
Yeah.
See, that was wait. That
that's why I believe
those weird sounds.
73.
No,
There
I
you
want to
go.
ask the question. What year?
That's why
That's
I
it right
said.
there.
That's why I believe in dating older men,
Yeah,
because the men
see.
around our age, unfortunately, they just don't get it. I don't know when. Maybe they'll get into their 40s as well. When
I
they're
think
ready
we have
to
to start demanding it more. We can't put up with the mediocrity.
Well,
what T.I. had that old goofy song. I don't want no
mediocre.
Yeah, we don't want it either. T.I. Okay, we don't want it either.
I have to say this. We have some enemies in the ranks who've been working against the cause, though, too. And I say that to say that there are women who fight men about doing chivalrous things.
You right.
I can pay the bill. I don't need you. Shut the fuck up. Pardon my language, but you were take care of yourself before he came along. This man knows you could pay a bill for yourself. Let me get my own door. Right. He knows you're not disabled. He knows you can get the door. Let this man get the door for you. So when you have women like that, like I was dating a guy when I first moved down here to Houston. He brought me flowers on a date, and I lost my mind. I love flowers to this day. Like, I'm not big on stuff and things. I just like you to make a fuss over me. So knowing that he was like, oh, yeah, I went and got you roses just because. And I was like, yeah, I love it so much. And he said, you know what? I was really apprehensive about doing that because a lot of girls don't like flowers. They think it's cheesy. I was like, oh, no, I love it. So from there on out, and Tasha, you remember this dude because he bought me flowers every time I saw him. Like, so much so that if I seen him 2 to 3 times a week, I would have 2 to 3 dozen roses on my countertop. Like, I'm literally just like, these aren't dead yet, but I got to make room, so I'm throwing them in the trash. But because he knew I appreciated getting them, he brought me flowers every time he saw me. And he was like, he stopped doing it because he thought women didn't like that. And I was like, oh, no, I like it. Yeah, keep them coming. Like, I love this kind of stuff. But there are people who are like, that's stupid. Why would I want that? Or I'm not doing that. That's stupid. Or, I can do this for myself. And it's just like, we're at a point now where there are women who made it such a huge fuss that men who are willing to do it or who wanted to do it are on the page of, well, this girl told me it was corny, or this girl told me she didn't like it. So I assume all women don't like it. I'm an air on the side of doing the chivalrous thing. I'll just say that to all men who are listening, or any woman who knows a man who is questioning, err on the side of just doing the chivalrous thing. Grab the door, open the car door, pull out the chair, pick up the bill, bring the flowers, get the candy, do whatever it is you're going to do that your romantic heart and mind told you to do. And these chicks that are all on the, I can get my own door, let them get it. Like, that's it.
Yeah, you, ma'am, put your penis back in your panties. Be happy.
I'm done.
So is that a situation where women are just like too independent for their own good?
I think so. I know so, because it's unattractive.
And I think that just comes from them being bitter and being heartbroken from a guy that they really wanted. They just had no other choice but to be who they are. And you gotta kind of like I was saying, Tashi, they ain't healed yet, so they don't even know.
Well, you're having walls, but don't become the man that you think you want in your life.
Don't become
wow.
But you gotta think. And you gotta think.
That is the best sentence I heard.
Like, I don't know.
Don't become the man.
I've seen it. I've known people.
That was
like I'm just saying, because if you think because one of the things that I struggle with, and I'm like, I know that dating for me, like one of the reasons why I had gotten on online dating or tried it the first time was because I was like, okay, the more money I was making and the more better I would like. My confidence is all like the way I carry myself. I know that to a lot of people, that's already just like, oh shit. Like, I don't even know if I can approach this woman. I get it. But the thing that a lot of people don't know is that in my day to day, I'm in a male dominated industry. I'm working largely with men. And a big part of my job is, you know what? We don't have time to talk about this. This is what you need. I'm going to get this for you. Sign here, press hard. It's 2 copies. Give me some money. I'm already telling people what to do all day long. I don't want to do that in my day-to-day life.
Right.
I know I got the juice to do this.
Right.
I know I take care of myself. I know I handle business. But when I come home and I'm with a man, like, you take charge. You be the man. You step up. You make the plan. You tell me, hey, you know what? Be dressed at this time. I'm coming to pick you up. Wear this for the date. Bring gym shoes for the date. Whatever it is, you have a plan for me and I will follow it. So I have no desire to continue being that rough and tumble Wonder Woman that I have to be during work
all day long. Yeah.
But there are someone who feel like they have to challenge it.
Did you go on the second date with the guy that you spoke about a couple of weeks ago?
Man, no, he is dead and gone to the wind. That is over and done. He pulled he switched up from his whole, oh yeah, I want to make the second date and all this, and that was where I thought, okay, remember we thought we had something, because it's like,
yeah, because he followed up
making a plan. He never stepped up and made the plan. And then I'm looking at my text messages and thinking like, okay, well, sometimes guys need a little nudge to let them know that you're interested as well. So I was like, I hit him with the good word. And he responded, and it was like the messaging just kind of became very touch and go, not very invested. And I remembered him saying when he said our first date that, I didn't want to make a lot of conversation or talking and texting with you if we didn't hit it off. I wanted to wait until we actually met. So then we met, and then we were texting back and forth, but I was like, let me fall back completely and see what he does. And he did nothing. So I was like, okay, so you aren't interested in me, or there's someone else who you are more interested in than me. In any case, whatever it is you're doing, you keep doing it, sir. But because I am who I am and I don't like ghosting, because ghosting to me is just an opportunity for you to leave without completely closing the door behind yourself. And then those dudes try to reappear like a few months later down the road, like, oh, hey, how you doing? It's like, no, let me close the door behind you. So I told him, I was like, whatever it is that's keeping you so busy, I hope that you found what you were looking for. Good luck in your search. And so he comes back, he texts like question marks, what do you mean? And I said, well, clearly you're not interested, or you're interested in other things. And he kind of tried to make a case of, no, and this happened, and also there was a death in my family. It was like, how convenient that now there's suddenly a death in the family. And I'm like, I don't have time for this, sir. So he comes back and he's like, well, I wasn't sure that you were interested in me. And I'm like, get out of here, dude. So
whack.
Yeah, it was very whack. And then he texts me and says, we need to make a date to kiss and make up. We just misunderstood each other. And I was just like, this is already too late. Like, I already lost interest. So that was the end of him.
Wow. Oh, well, Dad, you didn't. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
Oh,
You should follow your first
that
gut.
was
See,
real
have I learned nothing,
short-lived.
you guys? Giving people second chances, and you end up getting cussed out on the side of the road by Mr. Victorov. So,
oh God!
Yeah. I have to stay vigilant on this, y'all. Y'all be checking me. You're being too nice.
Next time the police might get there before anyone else. And I hear they're good about arresting women in Texas for that kind of stuff. So I'm like, oh no, I can't. I have an impeccable record. I can't have domestic violence coming up. Like, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
I have an impeccable record. That's
hilarious. Like, I hold a quick card.
I don't have even a speeding ticket on my record.
Right. Like, I mean, my credentials are strong. I can't, like, that messed up all my work. Like, I never have another nothing. So I'm like, no.
That's hilarious. Oh man.
I could be a cop though, oddly enough. So
how about you, Courtney? Like, how's dating been for you?
Oh wow.
Girl, child, no. I just don't have the patience. I kind of know what I want. So I'm really big on the red flags and my intuition. Oh yeah, it's kind of like a no-go. But I was thinking about, went to a friend's gathering. She had a gathering, and her guy that she's dating now, and she told me she's not dating anybody who was born.
I'm trying to tell y'all something. That's big box. So she's dating somebody.
And I was like, really? And she was like, not at all.
Obviously.
And I said, huh. Yeah, and she was like, and she said that, she was like, Courtney, you a good, you cool, but if you said on, I don't want no kids, blah, 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 maybe you should date someone, and they said, and like born in 1979, 78, 77, and go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, it's the best conversation, it's the best,
I agree
bullshit,
with that
it's
statement.
the best, they tell you exactly what they want, they treat you how you want to be treated. All your submission, she like, girl, leave this 1980 babies alone.
Yeah, I mean, I like older gen. I always dated older gen.
I've never dated someone my age. I always saw myself with someone older, but I guess I
like them older too. The only thing is that now
maybe that's my issue.
Olders don't really be taking that great of care of themselves. Like, it's not a lot of the hot zaddies out there like I used to think. But also too, where I'm concerned, I don't know about anybody else, but I still want to have kids. And I'm not necessarily pressed on having natural birth children. Like, I'm okay with adopting too.
Oh, okay.
But the older the man is, like, the less likely it is that they want kids. Like, even if it's, 5 years old. Because the older I get, I'm not really interested in going to diapers either. But yeah, that's kind of the missing piece for me. So that's really why the 80s are even still in the game, is that if you ain't got kids, there's still that window for me to, like, get one in somewhere here. But yeah.
See, me and you, we the girl. I don't want no more kids, girl. No, not at all, girl. Please, girl, please. Okay, the older she gets, the more she get on my nerves. Girl, I can't wait 2 more years, Jesus.
I still haven't decided. I'm like, I need to hurry up because I don't have much time.
No.
Yeah, for me, like,
Are you open to adopting?
Girl.
I'm a little nervous about that. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I would much rather be birth my own child if I do have one. Adopting, that's a bit much because I'm just always scared of the background of the child and where they came from and different things like that. And I don't think I really want to do that. But yeah. I'll adopt a dog, but I don't know if I adopt a human being.
Wow. That dog was abused. So was this baby.
Yeah, but I don't know. The baby is a big difference. I don't know.
It is. I'm making
only because the child may have come from the mother who was on drugs or different things like that, and it's just, whew.
That's a big. I think you're called to be an adoptive parent. I don't think that's something that you could. I think that's. Yeah,
I agree. I have 2 friends who adopted children. One who was actively seeking to adopt. The other who was really a foster home. She had opened her home as a foster home, and she had a group of siblings who were put in her care. That the parents eventually just dropped out of the program to try and regain custody of the kids. And during that process, within a year, the kids were already calling her mom. So they had pretty much like let go of that life with their, like, the father dropped out of the program early, the mother dropped out a little bit later, but she was still kind of touch and go, like trying to get them back here and there. But at that point, they were just kind of like, whatever, this is my mom now. And like 2 years later, she went ahead and adopted them. So I just look at their stories, and I do know one adult who was adopted, and she knows that she was adopted. I look at the stories of those 3 people as the reason why I'm so open to it. Because at one point I was like hard pressed, like, no, I gotta have a baby. I gotta carry this kid. And it was like, there's way more to being a mother than physically carrying a child. And there are so many kids who, they did come from rough backgrounds, or, they did get a rough start on things, but I look at those 3, I'm like, their lives are forever changed, and they're so much better off than they ever would have been if these people hadn't stepped in and said, yeah, I'll love you, I'll take care of you, I'll give you this family in this house that you deserve to have. So I'm 100% on board being able to do that. But I get why people don't want to.
Hey, that's beautiful. I'm like they like when they Trick love the kids, Tashi love the kids. Like seriously, like it was such a blessing to be, I have a godson now. I got my 2 nieces. I got my honorary Jenny's son Jackson. Like that's like my little nephew too. I like kids. So for me, do I want to have children of my own? If it happens. I put it like this: I'm not going to get on birth control. Like I'm past that age. That's not happening. But if it happens,
I see y'all. Tashi about to have a baby.
She said, "I'm not getting on birth control."
I'm not. Like that's not happening. Like you get a vasectomy, and we can figure it out. Like I'm sick of that. Why am I going to take these pills that may or may not cause ovarian cancer when you, sir, can get a vasectomy? Oh, so we're both at was it Mexican standstill? What do they call it? Okay, so we're just gonna play Russian roulette with this one because I'm like, this is not gonna happen. So, but I'm okay with being a stepmom too. Like that doesn't bother me if you have kids. Like I'm cool with that. And if I get pregnant, okay, then it's meant to be. It's God's plan. So that's just where I'm at with it at this age.
I got my kid. Well, I'm a preschool teacher, so I have my little kids at 20 every other year to change. And I got my own one. I will date someone who has kids, but your kids got to be like middle school, and they got to have a mama. And dating me, I will tell you up front, I ain't trying to get pregnant no more.
Well, I think we learned a lot this week.
Oh my God! Right, I'm just like, this was one hell of an episode. I got to go back and listen to this 2 or 3 more times. So, yeah.
Yes, like I'm signed up for Sips and Splits. How to Catch a Man workshop with Allison. How to heal and stay happy with Courtney.
How to catch a man.
I am
you're gonna be a hell of a woman when we get done with you.
Yes.
I'm gonna get the newsletter from everybody. That's what I'm gonna sign up for. Get the newsletter.
You want the daily email?
Yeah. I'll read it with my morning superhero serum. Like, ooh, okay. I can be all the nuggets first thing in the morning.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, it's been great this week. Courtney, hopefully we can have you back next week. Who knows? Somebody might not be here.
All right, I will be. Call me up.
Definitely do that. Well, for sure. Like this has been a great episode. Oh, is there anything anybody want to shout out or give thanks for? Say happy birthday to or whatever. I almost forgot to ask that. Any shout outs?
I'm gonna say happy birthday to all the Scorpios because this officially started Scorpio season, which means my birthday starts in less than 6 days. So my birthday is all November long, so everybody's aware. But
okay.
Yeah, it is a month-long celebration. So be there, be square.
I like Scorpios. I mess with y'all.
Okay.
What is that?
Yeah, funny.
Well, I really don't have anything to shout out this week. Anything exciting happened that I want to report?
32 Realty climbing the chart.
Oh, well, yeah.
We're always in circulation.
Yeah. Like we're definitely always hiring 32 Realty for sure. And I did get a new client for Tim this week. So that's cool. That did happen. So anybody need any help with digital marketing, strategic planning, things like that, definitely can help you. But yeah, I think that's it for the week. I'm grateful to be here, grateful to have you guys. I'm grateful for this show. And I hope everyone tunes in next week. And I want to wish everyone here and out there on this positive vibration a very awesome week ahead.
Love it.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Have a good week, everybody.
Have a good night.
Great show. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.